Let's get to Canberra now, where the Giants got beaten, upset by Port Adelaide, who kicked the final 3 goals of this game. So Jesse Hogan kicks this one here. That's early in the last quarter. It gets the Giants within a point, but then so many errors from a side that normally avoids these types of mistakes, and it allowed Port Adelaide back into the match. Yeah,
and a player that's usually very good with their ball use, Lockie Whitfield, that was a very costly turnover. Obviously, the goal then to directly result in it. And then another really costly error here is O'Halloran, who's run the block on Wines, not knowing that that Wines had actually nominated as the ruck in that scenario. So free kick in the ruck goes, Wines makes him pay, and then another holding the ball free kick here to seal it. But it was the Giants' mistakes, really. Port fought hard. You can't take anything away from them. It was a spirited performance. We needed to see something from them, and they were able to find it. But it was not the best ball use, not the best defence, and not the best, I guess, performance that we've seen from the Giants, especially in Canberra, which they love to make their fortress there.
They certainly do. Port had lost 4 straight games going into this one, Kate. The Giants, as you mentioned, were held scoreless in the third term. It was only the 3rd time in the last 10 years that they'd been held scoreless. They only kicked 1 goal for the entire second half. Here was some of the errors that led to that scoreless third term, because they just couldn't get anything going their way, the Giants.
No, they couldn't get any matchups that they wanted to utilise ahead of the footy, and when they did have the opportunities, they just squandered them. Some really poor ball use coming out of the back half, and then really poor connection in that attacking mid position. Even this one here, there's multiple players out inside forward 50, and the one spot that you probably can't afford to kick that ball is exactly where Brown ended up kicking that, and it was a direct turnover to Port Adelaide. So definitely squandered some opportunities, but it was all over the field. It wasn't just their connection in their forward half, it was the back half as well.
And a worry for the Giants with captain Toby Green subbed out at halftime, having copped this brutal knee to the back hip sort of area. It was a bad corky from Ilir. He tried to run it off. He couldn't do it. Only 42% game time. So a watch on Toby Green ahead of next week's clash, because that looked an awful injury for the Giants skipper.
Yeah, it did look very painful, and obviously probably one of the worst spots that you want to get a corky is the, well, I think it was about 3 degrees there, or something
great.
like that. Felt like a lot cooler as well. So not the best conditions to try and keep a corky warm.